Alright. I'll be 100% honest. My numbers got mixed up at the end. I'm sorry. We're going to start with that. This is the final part. This is where we are now. We have made it to self-reflection. I don't know if this is true for everyone, but I've noticed this to be true for at least me. Somehow, all of my major relationships have managed to repeat what I figure are the major issues of my childhood as almost a way of relearning them or relearning the lessons from them or maybe relearning how to handle them from an adult's perspective. So like where I felt powerless as a child, I went through it again as an adult in my relationships to learn my power in it. So, creepy family friend kept coming after me. I knew I wouldn't be heard. I kept refusing and somehow getting away from anything drastic happening, anything in my memory anyways. Happens to little brother when I'm old enough to do something. I get brother to tell story, I report, and something happens. As a grade schooler, I have things happen to me. I end up with a guy that goes after young girls. I end up being one of the people to testify against him, to show he has a type. My mother, the lovely woman that she is a narcissist. I end up attracting narcissists as one of my first relationships, as well as people who have some narcissistic tendencies. I have very big abandonment wound that I tend not to think about. That gets triggered by somebody ghosting. I don't realize it's a pretty big wound till it happens. That's pretty fun. Yeah. So, it's the constant, belittling, gaslighting, stuff like that. Learning to handle it as a kid, learning to handle it as an adult. The unlearning what you learned as a kid, so relearn it and maneuver it as an adult. all different things. Repositioned to relearn as an adult. Some of them paired up as a harder lesson wrapped up in one person. Some of them a little harder or a little easier. Some of them hidden, harder to spot. You don't see them as well. Or you didn't expect. But it still got there. But at the end of the journey, all that matters is to continue to heal, to love, and to embrace yourself, and to see your value. And to get through the journey any way you know how. Don't be ashamed. I did mine without therapy. If you need a therapist, you need a therapist. If you don't, you don't. Some people need someone to talk to, not everybody does. And sometimes your therapist is just your best friend. Sometimes it's just somebody that gets you. Sometimes it's just your cat. It's different for everybody. Sometimes your therapist is just driving around to loud music. Or a good long cry. It's different for everybody. And that's all that matters. Is the journey. And that we learn